Good evening, members of the board. Just like to point out that a few members, one of which was a child and another citizen that wasn't able to be heard when they came in this week. If anyone's willing to actually walk through a pandemic to speak, they should be heard. But thank you. As an FCPS parent, minority, and advocate for diversity within our school system, I'd like to weigh in on the conversation. Should we renew Scott Brabrand's contract? The answer is a resounding no. All he's done is bring headaches to the school board and bring about controversial proposals. There's even now, as we speak, an online petition that has over 9,000 signatures agreeing that we should remove him, which states that Scott Brabrand has continued to put the safety of young children attending FCPS schools and has ignored complaints of parents and students at Fairfax County. Other counties have always put their children's safety first, but Scott Brabrand has proven once again he does not care. We need to remove him from his authority and to put someone who does not care about the student safety in charge. And from what I've noted, that Scott Brabrand, he has failed the FCPS school system. He's failed to have a smooth roll of distance learning during the pandemic, losing a year of education for our children, and more recently, the debacle of the recent ransomware attack. Recently, he's also failed to provision services and provide a safe and effective education for our children. He's also perpetuated inequality during his tenure as Fairfax superintendent. The diversity of FCPS has declined, even though he told the board that increased, and he's failed to invest in underdeveloped areas, perpetuating an inequality. As a distraction, he decided to target TJ, misusing a George Floyd metaphor at the 11th hour to save his contract renewal, one worth over $300,000 annually. And speaking to the school board members, did he only meet with some of you before this proposal discussed this plan? If so, it would certainly indicate that he works in a conspiratorially manner to pit more board members against each other in order to push policy, something that a superintendent is not supposed to do. That is a function that is within the purview of the school board. He should be focusing on provisioning services, which he has failed to do. Let's remember the distraction he offered were plans he pushed that lacked data and pitted one minority against another in a racially tinged version of the Hunger Games when it comes to TJ admission, and he only changed it in minor areas because he was gauging political wins. And those plans would still establish white homogeneous TJ for the sake of equity, not equality, targeting the Asian community and those successful Black, Hispanic, and other underrepresented minorities living in majority white neighborhoods. One has to wonder, what issue does Dr. Brabrand have with minorities living in good neighborhoods? Is he for segregation? His past performance does not show a glowing record. We do not want someone who has had a debacle with distance learning during the pandemic. We do not want someone who left our school networks vulnerable to ransomware. And we do not want a manipulative Archie Bunker running our schools, and we should not renew his contract. For over $300,000 a year, we can find someone else.
Our next speaker is Vanessa Hall.